So in this presentation, we are going to see how to generate a sine wave using IC555 and then a low pass filter, and after designing, analyze it using the Redpitaya STEMLab 12510 starter kit. So the acknowledgements are electronics tutorials and then circuit digest. So let's start. So first of all, let's see how the basic astable multivibrator circuit works. So this is based on the 555 IC. So we have two resistors R1 and R2, and then we have a capacitor C1. So basically what happens is, initially the capacitor charges through the R1 and R2, hence this is the charging time T1, which is equal to 0.693 into R1 plus R2 into C. And then once the capacitor is charged, it will get to a voltage from 1/3 of VCC to 2/3 of VCC. So we have a comparator inside this 555 IC. So the comparator will start discharging the capacitor once it charges up to the 2/3 of the total voltage, that is the VCC, and hence it gets discharged. But while discharging, it will discharge through the R2 only. While charging, it charges through R1, R2, but while discharging, it discharges only through R2. That is why the discharge time T2 equal to 0.693 into R2 into C. So these are the equations. So total time equal to charging time plus discharging time, that is the time period, is equal to 0.693 into 2R2, R1 plus 2R2 into C. So this is the cycle time. Then we have the oscillation frequency, which is equal to 1 by T. So it is 1.44 divided by R1 plus 2R2 into C. So this is the working of the basic astable multivibrator. So the charging and discharging time of the capacitor, based on that the comparator will produce the rectangular wave output. So in the rectangular wave, we have the T1 and T2, which are the charging and discharging time of the capacitors respectively. Now let's see and let's analyze this design. So here this is the working of the 555 IC as an astable multivibrator. So you can see I've connected the two probes to Redpitaya two channels, that is the input oscilloscope channels, so you can see here. Then I've connected these probes to the output of IC555 where the square wave is produced, and then the another to across the capacitor where the charging and the discharging happens. So these are the connections. Now let's see the output. So this is the monitor. As you can see, the channel 2 shows the green color, shows the charging and discharging of the capacitor. Then channel 1 yellow color shows the square wave output of the IC555. So this is the working of the Redpitaya's. So next, as we have generated the square wave using the 555 IC astable multivibrator mode, let's see the design of the low pass filter. So in the low pass filter is a very simple design. It's a passive low pass filter. We have an RC circuit, that is the R is in series and C is in parallel. So why do we connect R in series and C in parallel? Is because in the capacitive reactance formula we have a frequency in the denominator. Therefore, for low pass filter, capacitor will have high reactance towards low frequencies. So lower the frequency, higher is the reactance, and higher is the reactance, more is the voltage drop across the capacitor. So all the high frequencies will be grounded, hence the voltage drop will be low for high frequencies, and for low frequencies the reactance is high, hence the the voltage will go across this. So therefore this is the working of a simple low pass filter. Then the cutoff frequency FC equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. Now for a frequency obtained in the above astable multivibrator circuit of 200 Hertz, we will get a resistance of 100K, and then if we take resistance at 100K, we will get capacitor as 10 nanofarad. So this is how the low pass filter works. Now let's see the multi-stage design of low pass filter for sine wave generation. We need multi-stage because one stage cannot directly fine tune the square wave into the sine wave. It needs multi-stage rectification to get the sine wave. So what we do is we connect the output of the 555 IC, the square wave, into the input of the first stage of this low pass filter, and then we observe the output of the first stage in the output channel. Now let's see how this first stage works. Now I have connected the output of the 555 IC, that is the square wave, to the first stage of the low pass filter, that is the input of the first stage, and then I have connected the probes to output of 555 IC, that is the square wave, and then the output of the first stage low pass filter. As you can see here, we have the resistor and capacitors here. So I've connected the red bias probes. Now let's see the output of this. So this is the output. Now the green color shows the output of the 555 IC's 555 IC square wave, and then the yellow color shows the charging and discharging, that is the output of the first stage of low pass filter. Now as we have seen, the output of the first stage was this wave. So now what we do is we feed the output of the first stage into the input of the second stage of the multi-stage low pass filter. Now as we feed it into the second stage of the low pass filter, we will get the output as a triangular wave. So this is how the second stage rectifies the wave. So now let's see the demo on the red pitaya. Now what I have done is I have just changed the probe connections. So I have connected the one channel, that is the channel 1, to the output of the second stage, and then the channel 2 to the input of the second stage. The input of the second stage is the output of the first stage low pass filter. Now let us see how the waveforms look. So the waveforms look like this. So the green color, that is the channel 2, is connected to the input of the second stage, and then the yellow color channel 1 shows the output of the second stage. So the green color was also the output of the first stage. So the output of the first stage is the input for the second stage of the multi-stage low pass filter. Now after that we have the final stage of the low pass filter, that is third stage. So the third stage input is just a triangular wave, and finally the output should be a sine wave. So this is how the multi-stage low pass filters output should be, and hence we get the final output of the sine wave. Now let's see the demo. Now again I have changed the probe connections. Now what I have done is the channel 1 is connected to the last stage of the low pass filter, multi-stage low pass filter, that's the third stage, and then the channel 2 is connected to the input of the final stage, that is the third stage of the low pass filter. The input of the third stage is also the output of the second stage low pass filter. So these are the probe connections. Now let's see how the output waveform looks. So this is how the output waveform looks. So the green color shows the input to the final stage, that is the third stage of the low pass filter. Then the yellow color channel 1 shows the output of the final stage, that is the finally we obtain the sine wave from the square wave of the IC 555. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.